Yo, it's Penguin, back at it again with another stellar YouTube video. Today, we are covering your general Modern Warfare 3 ranked class builds. We have three main weapons that we use right now, at least in the meta. The first one we have is your SMG, your Rival 9, very standard, very basic. With that, we follow with the MCW, and there's a lot more variation to the MCW regarding build. And then the last weapon, which is being used in ranked right now, not competitive yet, it could be used in competitive, but for what we know right now, it hasn't been, and that is the Striker 9. Each build is very simple on its own, and they're pretty good. I'm going to start with the Striker 9 because this is the one that is used in rank play and might be GA'd competitively, therefore players like pros won't be using this. This is the build for it. You have your LR4 flash hider, Striker recoil long barrel for range, flash hiders for recoil control and visual recoil, XN Phantoms for speed on the weapon along with a bit of accuracy and recoil control, and then your Seiken and your stock here are to help you both increase the speed of the SMG and to help you with the recoil control of the SMG. SMGs are meant to be very fast-paced and aggressive, right? So they're not going to have a lot of range, though this one has a slightly longer time to kill than the Rival 9 because it has more range than the Rival. This is the recoil pattern right here of the Striker 9. It is quite solid on its own. Striker 9 is used as a middleman, or if you feel like you can't get kills with the Rival, or you want something more long range, but you also can get up into a heads up play with and play close range with, instead of playing with an AR or the Rival. The Striker is quite good in my opinion. It's more of a niche pick right now, but it's definitely there on why people should run it. At the higher ranks, I don't see a lot of people running this right now, but I did see a lot of people in the lower ranks from clips and stuff online that I've seen use it as well. Next is your MCW, your main AR for the game. Now, your MCW is the only AR that people really use in ranked right now, and this is my build. This is what most people use. However, there can be some subtle variants I'll quickly go over. The MCW is your AR, and normally most people run this in ranked right now because of how AR dominant these maps are. So you typically run 3 to 4 if you're watching Pro League or in ranked in general, just because of how the maps are built and how people like to play and trade. The issue with this is that this MCW is a slower build because it's an AR. It kills consistently, especially at long ranges. So because of that, you're losing out on the ADS speed and quickness of the gun, which would let you get kills close range. Unless you're him. You could just straight up kill if you're him, too. Don't forget that. Like, this thing can do it all. The AR is the best gun in the game, and they're meant to be godlike because their downside is close range and aggressiveness, if that makes sense. Staples on this build are your Cyclone barrel. This never changes from build to build. That is the most consistent part of the build. Your MK3 reflector sight can be swapped for the slate reflector sight instead. This is what it looks like. This is the slate reflector. And then if we swap back to the MK3, this is what it looks like. I prefer the MK3 because I feel like it helps me with aim assist and or super long range recoil control. And if I'm trying to beam someone off of headies, it feels like it's just cleaner to me. Most people run the Claw PSL grip as well, and some people use the RB Rapid Strike if you feel like you're cracked. However, you do lose some recoil control with this. The Claw is just meant to be for stability because we used to run the Regal Heavy stock instead. But with that stock getting nerfed, the Claw just gives you less downsides. For muzzles, people are using the LR4 flash hider most of the time. This is really good because you're only sacrificing ADS speed for visual recoil control and recoil control in comparison to losing horizontal recoil and bullet velocity and range with your billeted break, though that helps a lot with the vertical. People do run billeted break, but LR4 flash hider is definitely more common. That's something worth noting. And then lastly, for your X10 Phantom 5 hand stop is your go-to grip for most people, just because it helps you with the recoil control a little bit more with ADS speed and sprint to fire speed in comparison to your DR6 hand stop, which lets you move faster instead. The build itself is super clean, and you can beam so easily. and I will show you the recoil pattern. This on the right here is that recoil pattern of the MCW with my build. I highly recommend it. And of course we have the pistol, the Renetti. I almost forgot about this build, but this is what I run. I follow GAs, so you have to run things like the fast barrel and the fast grip, because those are the only attachments you're allowed to use if you want to run any on the Renetti. And some people don't use the trigger. I do. And then I actually run a slate reflector sight with that too. I don't normally run that on a pistol like in other CODs, but for this one I do. And then finally we have our Rival 9. This does not change from build to build at all. This is consistent across every single player that uses this weapon in the game. We have your DR6 hand stop, your Purifier muzzle brake, clear shot barrel, Marauder stock, and your Rival Vice assault grip. This weapon's recoil pattern is a lot more inconsistent, so you want to use your rotational aim assist a lot if you're trying to go for mid or long range gunfights. However, this gun beams. So, yeah, the Rival's meant to be very quick, very aggressive. The downside of that, though, is that you can't really do stuff with range unless you're using your rotational aim assist or your God. You can cross-map people. Like, I've killed people top third from very far away with the sub and stuff. Like, it's completely doable. You just have to be able to play around it well enough. Make sure you are strafing because that amplifies your rotational aim assist. And the reason for that is so you get more aim assist and you win your gunfights, and you also don't have to use your right stick as much. Especially with the Rival's horizontal recoil control. Yeah, these three builds are quite simple, and most people play them, like use them. So I hope this helps anyone that's wondering what I've been using in Ranked and what other people use in Ranked. I can make a video on the stuff I've been using in Warzone as of late, if that interests anyone. Now that you guys have seen the builds, I'll drop some clips right after this audio. And if you guys enjoy the video, drop a like, comment, sub. You know, tell me what kind of content you guys want to see from me. I'm still trying to figure out stuff, and I'm just posting what I think people will like to see or what people have been asking. So, yeah. Till next time, guys. He fucking drew a diagram of, like, the setup that the Germans had on the beach. So he drew, like, every single, artillery placement, everything. And it was really well, like, you know, in-depth diagrammed.
Dude, he could have did some shit for the military.
Oh, no, he did go
for
on to
a lot
it.
of money.
I mean,
Like,
well, he
went
worked
into
on...
that shit?
He went on to work, maybe with the Navy or the Marines, and then from there he went into NASA.
Yeah, see, that fits him. That fits
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
So
It's definitely the career path.
yeah, he had a really cool career, but then he also got a Bronze Medal of Honor because he was able to get an entire German company to surrender because he was the only Oh!
That's fine. That's
I got both. I got both.
two top. Good shit. Good shit.
Got hell.
Hold on, fight.
I'm one shot here. Alright, peeking. Oh my god. Good win.
I got one.
Just hold that top. I have your front.
One more top. One more top.
Huge wins.
Oh, one more. He's on. He's behind the door.
I can pick up the I got your middle. I got your middle.
I'm on.
Yeah, look, take it. Nice.
I'm gross.
Bro, I got one fucking.
Yeah, spawning castle, one more castle.